Karma Token. Welcome to AMA session with Karma Token. I am your host, Bro. You could just call me Mark because Broke is just a username that I've used long ago, and people have known me through that name, and I couldn't just change it. All right, so we have here Karma Token, and the speaker for today is all on me. As he said, his name is Patrick Anthony. So, man, could you give us a brief introduction about Karma Token? And as well
Uh,
as what's your role and responsibilities to that token or community?
okay, I would love to answer that question for you. First I would start by I'm actually the partner of the actual developer. I I assist with a lot of the funding that we need for the project. So I didn't actually develop the token, but as a partner, I've helped fund the project. So that will be a lot of my role in this project. I'm also one of the guys that actually distributed the rewards that we're actually giving out as far as that's within the community. And as for a brief introduction about Karma, I'm actually going to do something different, guys, as far as with this AMA because I want everything to be on point as much as possible so you can really get a clear understanding of what I'm saying and what our objective is in this project. And I know that a lot of you like to go see what our roadmap and what our white paper is. So therefore, a lot of the questions that you asked, I'm going to specifically refer to our white paper, just so you'll get an idea of what our white paper says, what we're about, and it'll be a point on from our point of view to your point of view as far as is what you would like to know about the coin.
All right, man, Patrick. So you said that you help funding the project. What do you mean by that?
As far as help as far as is right now, we really just our volume isn't really isn't really just like we would like our volume to be, and we just don't want to rely as far as on using the marketing wallet in order to get things going. So we decided to come out of our own pockets as far as with the things that we already accomplished within our token. So we wanted to make sure that as far as this, because our marketing wallet is a big part of our project as far as it's going to reward our holders. So if we can keep our marketing wallet as big as we can, then that means that at the end of the month, when it's time to reward our holders, then our holders will have more rewards as far as is when they get paid. So as far as me funding a lot of the things that we've accomplished as far as paying for trending, if we have paid for trending, the websites, the banners, the NTM banners, pretty much everything. A lot of what we're doing is coming out of our own pockets. That's how dedicated that we are to making this project a success for us and making this project a success for all of our holders. Because this project is really based for all of the holders, not just us in mind. Because what our main objective is because I know there's a lot of people that's in this that's listening to this AMA right now has been involved in groups as far as getting out there shillings, spending their hard earned time getting on Telegram, on Twitter. It increases their bag. It does. I'm not going to say that it doesn't increase their bag, but what our main objective is as far as we want to try to give back to those who do good for the project, because it's the ones that's inside the project. It's the community that's actually making all the coins get to the position to where they are, and no one ever pays them back as far as that's for what they're doing. Because if it wasn't for them, then there would be no project. A lot of projects have died because of weak communities. A lot of projects have died because of scam communities, and that's one thing that we wanted to get away from, because we've been in projects to where we worked hard for it. At the end of the day, the main people who won was the devs. Nobody ever thought to look back at the people who actually helped them. So that's why we come up with the idea to actually reward the people who are actually doing something to help get this token to where it needs to be.
All right, ma'am. Very well said. So, as you said, those marketing, those marketing that you have did came out from your own pockets. Now, how much from your own pockets have you spent in terms of marketing for this token?
Um, we really haven't just spent a whole lot on just doing any big type of marketing, because the reason I say that is because we don't want the pump and dump. We don't want the pump and dump. And because that's what kills projects. So we're basically taking our small steps in order to make sure that our floor is secure for whenever the holders do come. We want to have a secure floor to hold a lot of people. So as far as the marketing that we've done, we've made sure that like me myself, we don't have any team tokens. If it's anybody that's involved, they purchase their own tokens. So as far as what we've done out of pocket is we've took a lot of our coins and we've burnt a lot of our own coins out of our own pocket. Because now we're up to like 37% of our total supply being burnt, and a lot of the tokens that are being burnt are coming out of you know what I'm saying, out of our own supply. So we're trying to get it to where our liquidity and our market cap are excellent, so that when investors do come and they want to invest their money, we want them to feel like that this is the safest place that they could ever invest their money. That was our first thing in mind in order to get correct before we just started spending a lot of money on callers or going through a bunch of marketing schemes and those such type things. So we just really we at our first beginning, we're really focusing on the security of each holder's investment, because we know that that's the most important thing, because a lot of us has lost a lot of money in this crypto space. So therefore we trying to do something a little bit different. And though we haven't just spent a bunch of money on a bunch of marketing, we haven't just had the I'll say we just haven't had the the big great community growth like a pump and dump scheme would have. So we're really growing organically, and I think that we're actually doing pretty good growing organically that as we are, because we're up since our launch. We haven't been down since our launch. We keep smashing all time high after all time high. We're also in lines with making a bunch of partnerships. We just had a recent partnership with Ape Connects, and it's actually like a social media site that's going to be up and coming. And it's actually doing pretty good. We've actually uploaded our Karma logo up on the Pixels billboard. So we're actually making a lot of moves, not unnecessary moves, but unseen moves, small moves that's helping us to build our solid foundation. So we have actually actual utility, and we have actual things to put in place to make all of our investors feel safe. So as far as the money issue, how much we actually spent, really can't just put a budget on it. Really just can't say how much that we have spent. But we have put forth our own paycheck slips in order to make this successful. And once we just get to the position to where we are as far as is with our volume, then that might be able to slack off a little bit as far as is us trying to fund this out of our own wallets.
All right. Now, speaking of the rewards that you have said, as I've seen on the website, it says Karma Revenue Share Model. So it says that you have to hold at least 0.25% of Karma token supply for you to be eligible to the rewards that you're going to get, right? Now,
Yes, yes.
now could you elaborate more on that? How from where they could get those revenue from just by holding the token itself of 0.25% of the supply.
Okay, sure. I'll be glad to. Now, see, to qualify for this revenue sharing, a holder must own 0.25% of the Karma supply, which equates roughly to about 525 million tokens. And the threshold to reward the significant contributors for our ecosystem. So basically, what they're saying is, if you hold 0.25%, 525,000 tokens, if you hold for 20 days within the 30 days, if you hold those tokens, you're eligible to get a percentage. We actually use 25% of the marketing wallet to go back to all the holders who hold 0.25% of the holdings within that 20-day period of the month. At the end of the month, when those 20 days are up, everyone will equally get the same amount as far as is when it comes down to breaking down the marketing wallet. So there's no, if you hold this many more over or it goes towards that, as long as you're holding 525,000 Karma tokens, you're eligible as long as you hold for those 20 days before the month's end. When the payout is paid out, you're eligible for that payout. So
What about
basically,
holding like 2% of the token?
well, if you're holding, we didn't want to make anyone feel like they were just too obligated to have a certain percentage of the token. So we wanted to make sure that everyone was treated equally. We don't want to make someone feel any kind of different because they had a less amount, or someone may feel any kind of different if they had this amount. Because at the end of the day, everyone gets the same amount. And I would like to give you a scenario that would, that'll make it a lot clearer. Okay, so if Karma's total monthly buying and sale volume is 500,000, our tax system would then generate substantial revenue. A holder with at least 0.25% of Karma supply qualify for the rewards. For our calculations, such holder could receive around $6,250 a month. This is just an example, depending on as far as is how our volume is. But regardless to whatever the volume is, if you hold 20 days out of the 30 days, that 0.25%, then you will actually get part of the get 25% of the marketing wallet goes directly to you guys, paid in BNB.
All right, so paid in BNB. That's actually quite nice. Because I was thinking in karma tokens that you will pay it out. Because, there are people who would say that they have enough of this token and those rewards, they will just sell it out.
Yes, exactly. But that's just one of our reward systems. We actually have another reward system that we're implementing. We're implementing the system. Hopefully we have this system up and running by the beginning of next month. But this one is the best one for yet. Like as far as what I was saying earlier about you being active and what you're doing. If you're going on Twitter and you're retweeting our tweets and you're reposting our tweets and you're commenting on our tweets on Twitter, then we're going to have a system that actually tracks your engagement, and you get so many points for each engagement that you actually do that'll be tracked. And once you get to a certain amount of karma points, then those rewards can either be paid in karma or they can either be paid in BNB. So we actually have two reward systems that we're implementing in our project. Good karma, you give good karma, you get good karma. So that's going to be our way to pay back everybody who's actually putting forth their time. Time is something that we can never, ever, ever get back. Even if it is just 10, 15 minutes a day that you're doing it, we never, ever, ever get that 15 minutes back. And if we're in another project and we spend that time and we're making all the devs and everybody else rich because sometimes they're farmers and you're doing all your hard earned work for nothing. You might get a bigger bag at the end of the day, but it's not the same if you look at it as, oh man, I worked hard for this bag, and I worked so hard that the project gave back to me for working so hard for this project. That'll make a person feel 10 times better as far as what they're doing when they actually get out there to go work to help better the project. Being positive in the Telegram group, bam, that works. That's a point. Getting in the Telegram group, being active and leaving positive comments and that type of thing. All those type of things work to get you points, to get you paid. So we actually have the holders and the project community in mind with everybody making money at the same time. You give good karma, you get good karma.
All right, man. So, speaking of the name of the token itself, why did you guys name it as Karma, man? So that's quite intriguing.
I mean, it's just like you say, it's intriguing. It's a name that everybody knows. Everybody knows exactly what karma is. So therefore, I mean, it's self-explanatory. If we give good karma, you get good karma back. You give bad karma, you get bad karma back. You're gonna get it back on you one day, either way. So we just wanted to take not the double sided, we wanted to take the front side of the good because we're all good people. We're not rich. We get up, we go to work every day. I mean, we care for other people's feelings. We do things to help people get ahead. We like to teach. We like to learn. So I mean, it's all about the good vibes. And if we can get a space to where we have nothing but good vibes, we could kill the crypto space. I mean, it's even to the point to where maybe later on down the line, it'll get to the point to where in a community, it's not just about the crypto community. This will be about bringing good karma to your community. You know, someone buying somebody a soda one day. I mean, like somebody that might be their last $1.35 that they have in their pocket, and you never know how much that'll bless a person. So we want to try to implement all kinds of good karma to get people actually smiling again, because crypto is really a dark space at times. It can be a really, really dark space, and it can make your wallet really, really dark. So we actually want to try to bring some light in both ways, to bringing a smile to people's faces again in crypto, and actually bringing a smile to their wallets. Because I know everybody could use a smile in their wallet right now, because the way that the times, the way that the economy is going. I mean, if we give our best and you give your best, then you be rewarded for your best. We be rewarded for our best, and we all eat together. So that was the main reason why we came up with the name Karma, because karma is known around the world for being either good or for being either bad. In the crypto space, you got good karma, you got bad karma. We want to have the good karma, so that's where karma was formed.
Very, very well said, actually, man. So, good karma is when you do good things. So, of course, when you invest in something, then you have to do something for that token as well. So that serves as a good karma. And as well as you invest and you don't do nothing about it, then what the heck, man? So
Yeah, I
as
know.
I said, this is a community token as well, not just a dev itself.
That it's
So
actually yeah, it's this is we it's there's a lot of communities, there's a lot of projects that actually say that they're a community driven project, but it's really not a community driven project. I mean, there's a lot of do you get no insight, you voice your opinion. They might do a little bit of what you're saying, but I mean, like, there's actually really no polls, there's actually really no votes. I mean, we actually want to try to make our holders feel actually a part of something that's actually good. We actually want to make sure that our holders actually see some good profits. We actually want to make sure that everybody in the community, you know what I'm saying, gets to know each other. I mean, I've made a with the developer, the developer of this token, man. I've made one of the best friends in the world. I mean, there's nothing like being able to communicate, to get to know other people from other generations or other races or other religions, and we feel like that this would be the perfect space for all of us to collaborate and jail together and try to get something good and mushy going for the people for a change.
all right, man. So as I'm going through the website, I see number one here, token utility and impact. So it says here, Karma tokens go beyond digital assets. They're used for change. Each transaction fuels our mission to promote positive community actions, leaving a tangible impact. What do you mean there by tangible impact?
Well, the tangible impact is the more that you're engaged, the more you're involved, the more that the more volume that we get from doing for you doing your work, you get rewarded for it. It's tangible. It's tandem. It's run. It goes hand in hand with each other. So as far as with the way that the tax is distributed, we have automatically going to liquidity. So with every buy, every transaction that we have, every buy, every sale that we have actual money going, we actual coins going back for the liquidity to make the floor even stronger. We will be able to enable more tokens to burn. We're already at 37% tokens burned. We're close to 50 already, and that's one of our main points, is to get to 50% 50% of the supply burn, and we're 37% there already. Um, and but the most important part that goes back to the marketing wallet, and the marketing wallet is where you get your, if you hold that 0.25% of the coins, then that's where you get your reward for holding. Basically, this reward is for us to encourage people to hold more than 2 days. Encourage people to hold more, to go more than 2 times. So we felt that if we did something like that, this would give people the upset, would give them the main mind focus to, man, let me hold this. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is this, you know what I'm saying, 525,000, I'm gonna make sure that I keep this here so I can always come back and I'll be able to hold and I'll be able to get this reward. So that's basically what we're meaning is they go hand in hand.
Okay. So basically, it's all about holding. So that's the tangible impact of it.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. So, speaking about utilities of Karma token, what do you have in mind? That is something different of what this crypto space has to offer.
Say that question one more time.
I mean, like, do you have plans of making utilities of something different that this crypto space hasn't offered yet?
Yeah, that's one of our main objectives. I mean, I know everyone has staking. Everyone is so crowded. But as far wise as we're actually coming up with a few things that we really just don't want to just mention yet because we don't want to put a damper on it. But as far wise as yes, we are working on a lot of utilities because this is a utility token.
So,
And
what do you have right now?
as far wise as right now, what we're working on, our first utility will be our actual point deployment bot. So that way that we'll be able to keep up with the movements and the tracking of what a person is doing as far wise as for the community. Like I mentioned earlier, as far wise as keeping up with track with if you post something about karma on Twitter, if you repost it, if you're commenting on it, the more that you do, that's gonna be our first utility as far wise is for karma in order to reward the holders who are actually working. That's that's the main issue that we need to implement first because without them we wouldn't without the holders and without the community we wouldn't be able to get where we get to. So that's why we're trying to get that implemented first. And we also have some other things in mind as far wise as I could just say maybe to just cover you up a little bit to put a little shine on you, and that's a little bit maybe a little bit all that I could say on that issue for our next utility or for our next project. But we are partnering with a few other projects that's actually doing amazing. We're actually have something that we have planned as far wise as for for everyone's community. And as far as with their projects, to where we'll be able to work with other projects seamlessly and making partnerships and helping other projects in order to get to the same position that we are. So we do have a lot of utilities, but our main focus right now is to get our first utility up and running so that everyone can benefit from Karma.
All right. So, last question for me. So, everyone wants to know this, especially for those investors. There might be some people who are looking for fast X's or long-term holders, let's say. But what are the strategic partnerships that you have in mind that's gonna go on for the next few days, few weeks, or a few months?
Like I say, our first partnership that we partnered up with. with Ape Connect, and they have a actual social media site that they're building for the crypto community. It'll be just like another Facebook. It's actually a outstanding platform. So if you could check out Ape Connect, so you'll know what type of platform that we're getting ready to be on. We're also in the works with partnering up with Maya Calls. Maya Calls is he has a call channel, and he's been very helpful as far as with us in with this project. We're also looking into a partnership with the token called Spark Token. Spark Token has a lot of utilities and a swap. How could I forget? How could I forget? I'm sorry, you guys. I am so sorry. We actually have a swap that's embedded on our website, called Karma Swap. I'm sorry I forgot to mention it as far as with the utility, but we'll be mentioning that. It made it run across my mind, so I'm sorry about that. But we do actually have our own swap that we have already. We had a staking project, but due to our contract being renounced, we can only stake a certain amount in the Max wallet, because the Max wallet is 3%. So we're in line with working on something else to get another staking program for you guys, because I know that a lot of you like to stake your tokens. As far as the other projects, we do have a bunch of partnerships and a bunch of things in line that we've been talking about with other projects. Because if we feel that if we can get a lot of the projects to actually work together in one harmony, then there shouldn't be no reason why that we don't have any good projects on in the BSC space anymore. We want to try to eliminate the factor of all the bad projects or the bad actors. Um, but we do have a lot of things in work. But our first partnership, like I say, was with Ape Connect. If you can check them out to understand the platform that they're building, and the platform that we're also trying to get upon, to further, I say, to further expand our reach.
All right, man. So speaking of 8 Connect, just a quick overview about them. So how many users does that platform already have right now?
At the current moment in time, let me see if I can find that out for you exactly, to see how many users they have and all. I've been behind the scenes as far as working on that part, and that would probably be a little bit more information that Alex would know as far as exactly how many users they have on their site. But I know that they have been growing dramatically.
Yeah, because that's really an important role when it comes to the crypto space. Of course, I actually been a social media manager for quite a while in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so forth. And I know that Facebook hasn't been quite keen on doing advertisements on, especially in crypto. So, doing something like that in the crypto space and doing ads and so forth will be a big impact here in the crypto space.
Yes. Exactly. And as far as that's one of our main goals. I mean, we noticed that if we put it in their face, then they don't have a choice but to look at it. Um, I mean, so that the advertising, we've got a couple of banners. We put our main banner. We put a banner as far as the advertising. Our main banner. We got the main banner on NTM right now, as for a couple of days. We did it once before, and it actually worked out pretty good for us. Um, and we're actually looking forward to working more with Ape Connect in order to help them build their website to help them build their platform because they have, if I'm not mistaken, they have it too. It's going to be just like Facebook. I'm thinking it's actually going to end up being better than Facebook, and it's going to be an actual good space for the crypto community, for a social media site for the crypto community. So I think that was a major move for us. And once we get more information as far as about as our movements and our steps on the Ape Connect, we will keep you guys informed.
Right, man. So, talking about 8 Connect, I know it's gonna sounds bullish for other people, but could you give us a brief number of how many people does that 8 Connect reach?
Let me look it up, Brad. Let me look it up. I want to put it up on the web to see if I can see how many users they have.
Because there are a lot of people here who are looking at number of engagement does that platform have in order for them to make an investment or something.
Yes, that's very understandable. Like I say, I haven't. I'm not actually in the works with the communications on the Ape Connect. That's actually Alex, who's behind the scenes on working with all the groups and the projects. And but their platform is growing. And I know that we are early on the platform. And let me see here. Just bear with me 1 second, people. Let me try to get in. Matter of fact, let me try to get it from the main person in
If he does respond fast, man, you
Yeah,
know
I
how.
know it. I know it. Uh, because I know he's listening.
Oh man, that sounds great that he's listening.
Yes, it's man, it's actually bullish. I mean, on the Telegram group right now, they have Telegram group. They have 758 members on the Telegram group, and
Is
as
it just
far
as
as is, go ahead.
I mean, like, this isn't just exposure for Karma Token, but exposure for 8 Connect as well.
But no, it's not. I'm not trying to give them exposure like like that. But I mean, it's something that we're partnership. This is what a partnership is supposed to do. We help each other out.
I get
They help us, and we help them. I mean, this is just something that good karma. You give good karma, you get good karma.
very well said, man. All right, so maybe you could just talk about that later on about the exposure. Maybe you could um, just tell about that later on, because as right now we have talked a lot, man. So there are a lot of questions here in the AMA section group. There are a lot of questions that I wouldn't read because I know I hate those copy pasted questions. I want those people who really put effort and time researching about your token and then asking questions about the karma token. And who knows, maybe they will invest or not. As I said, this AMA session isn't financial advice, but this is a part wherein you voice out your project, and then people will just uh, decide for themselves whether they invest or not. So I guess we can move on here, and I will ask you that question later on. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we can go to the people who are raising their hands first. Man, for those who are listening, I will unmute you. Just raise your hands. And then later we can go to the group who are asking those questions in a type chat. The first one is another love. Here you are again. Okay, so man, I will unmute you and you can ask yourself. Ask your question yourself.
All right, bro. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, man. And you?
I'm perfect, man.
All right. Great presentation so far. So, going to my question, I would like to know on the revenue sharing part, like for users or for investors connecting their wallets, would they have to be claiming their would they have to be claiming their rewards automatically, or would they have to be
Um,
claiming it manually each time?
no, sir.
The same clustering.
Your funds will actually your funds will actually be airdropped to your wallet.
Okay, that's good.
That, yeah, so you don't have to worry about the security first. We want to make sure that everyone is secure. And once we do airdrop, there will be a post of, you know what I'm saying, for everyone who was paid. You will get your TXE so that you know that you did receive your benefits. We don't wanna implement anything that makes anyone feel unsafe from investing or holding.
That's perfect. That's perfect because if you also look at the cost for gas transaction, so that's a very good idea from you guys. And then just quickly, I want to know, like, with the popularity of your projects as it gains grounds and all that, like, will you guys be looking to monetize the platform, like incorporating some kind of revenues that will be bringing in money, like some funds for you guys that will be
Oh yeah.
benefiting both project owners and your.
Well, right now we're looking into like I said, we're actually looking into a way. I don't wanna spill the beans on it, because it's in the process. But this is actually going to be a way for us to get more funds for the project and actually be able to reward our holders more, or even to even donate to good causes.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for your answers. I feel good with them. I feel good with them. And thank you, Brooke, for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. So next question is from this guy, Rare Drop Inspector. This guy has always been asking these questions for the community. Now, I'll ask the question on his behalf, man. So,
Oh,
the question is, you said that you are not doing any big marketing because you don't want any pump and dump in the white paper, and you said revenue sharing as a means of encouraging long-term holding of the token. But since revenue comes from tax, as you said, that means that there has to be a good trading volume for holders to make a good profit from the revenue, such that they won't want to sell the token. But with the good volume, they'll just take profit when they have small gains. So his main question is that what is you're working on to ensure that the volume increases so that they don't want to make to ensure that the volume increases if they don't want to make if you don't want to make any big marketing.
Oh well, as far as that question there, I'm not saying that we don't want the big marketing. I mean, like as far as when we first started, when we first launched the program, this project, we didn't want the to pay for the big marketing for the pump and dump scheme. I'm gonna say the pump and dump scheme because we know that if we would have did, we had a feeling that if we would have did that before we tried to make sure that our liquidity was right and that our price impact wasn't that high whenever people started to invest, then that could have killed our project from what we was trying to do from the beginning. But as as now is the time for us to, because we stabilized our floor, we stabilized our price impact for the investors that do want to come, so it's not a real big price impact to keep people away from it. So now that that part of our roadmap has been complete, now we're finna get ready to step into the marketing side in order for us to build up our volume. It was just a process that we wanted to take. We wanted to take precautions. We wanted to make this project as safe as possible. Like I say earlier, before we brought a bunch of people over to the house to party because we wouldn't have had a stable floor. And if somebody would have decided to jump off the roof, everybody would have fell. Everybody would have ran out the house. But if we have a stable floor and someone with a lot, not a high impact, somebody decides to jump off the roof, everybody can stay in the house party and then start laughing at them because they lost. So that was our main objective first, was to stabilize our floor and to make everyone to feel secure about their investment before they just made their investments to bring a lot of people over. So our next part of the roadmap is to actually go ahead and start with the marketing plans to get us in with more volume.
Hmm. Just a follow up question, man. So, how much is the starting market cap of Karma?
Starting market cap was $20.
Damn, man. So that's approximately like 1000x from now.
Like 17, like a little over 17,
No, you said $25, right?
20 $20.
Damn. All right. So, man, a lot of people don't have trust in micro cap. So, how did you sustain that from being a stable floor right now?
Man, it's I only thing that is it at to be honest is I guess it's actually the name of the coin, man. Is karma. We came in it with good intentions. We didn't come into it with bad intentions, and it actually started to take off, and it hasn't stopped since.
Let's get my answers. I mean, my question answered. Okay. Actually, the $20 to 25,000 dollars right now. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, man, that was see that right there came into play with as far as us using our own funds to make sure that our floor was held. I mean, like we burnt a lot of took out of circulation a lot of our own coins with our money. So I mean that means that's unselfish. I mean, that's something that we felt like that we had to do in order to get us to the position that we are right now. And
Yeah.
our liquidity is fat. We wanted to make sure that our liquidity was fat. We got liquidity locked over a year. So there's no problem. We're steady extending. We're steady adding more liquidity. One percentage of the taxes come out automatically goes to liquidity. So liquidity will never die.
Mm.
And we just held fast with the project, man, and focused on not wanting to have that pump and dump scheme in order to kill the project. And I want to give a big up shout outs to all of our holders because we actually have some real diamond handed holders. No one actually. That's why our volume isn't as high like we wanted to because nobody actually wants to sell the token.
Yeah, actually, that is a big problem, especially with the one-hand holders. They don't wanna do volume. They just wanna hold, man. Like they just wanna
Yeah,
keep on holding, and the volume is steady. You know what I mean, man.
yeah, we feel that it's actually gonna take off, man, and that's why I really want to give a big thanks to you guys for actually doing what you're doing right now because this is actually a real big stage for us. It's actually a real big stage for me. This is actually my third AMA, and this is the biggest stage that I've been on. So yeah.
All right, man. So, actually, we don't have a lot of time left. So, let's move to the questions for the community. Manuel, you are unmuted. I hope your microphone works better this time.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hope that continues, man.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So my question is that is karma is really a community token, like it's meant for our community, and there is a portion for the tax allocation. So how many of the community members have been rewarded
Away from
from
your
the
mic,
allocation?
man. Speak away from your microphone or cell phone. I think that works better. So keep like an inches away from your phone. No, let's try that this time because I don't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So my question is that from the white paper, you said you have a tax allocation for community members, I mean, for the active members to reward them. So my question is that since the launch of the token, how many members have been rewarded from the tax that was generated from, I mean,
Well, as far as we're still implementing, we're still trying. We're working on getting our system implemented for the community rewards. But as far as yes, we still been rewarding our community members. We'll like I say, I'll personally send my tokens to the community members that's actually being active. You can actually go through our pinned messages on our Telegram, and the TXN for every transaction that has been made will be there.
okay,
I've actually paid out a few. I've paid out a nice little sum to our community, to some of our community members, until we can get our system implemented. Because we still want to want people to feel welcome. We still want people to do what they're doing. So we've been taking it upon ourselves in order to make sure that a lot of our community members have been rewarded.
okay, that's amazing. So my second question is that in your white paper, you mentioned protocol changes in the governance model. So I want to know what do you mean exactly by protocol? Because I don't see you don't have any lending and borrowing debt like compound that you mentioned in your white paper. Neither do you have any stable points like MakerDAO. So what do you mean by protocol exactly?
I didn't understand you.
I didn't get you a smell, man. So could speak slower or even better connection, man.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I said from your white paper, you mentioned that you will be having protocol changes. So I want to know what you mean exactly by protocol. Like, do you have a lending and borrowing gap, like compound that you mentioned in your white paper, or your members can create synthetic assets like MakerDAO? What do you mean exactly by protocol?
I still can't understand your whole question. You keep cutting in and out on me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but when you talk, when you're asking a question, you're cutting in and out on me.
All right, so he tagged me in his question right here.
Okay.
He said you mentioned the protocol changes in the governance model. So what do you mean by protocol exactly? And do
Uh,
you have any lending or borrowing debt like compound that you have mentioned, or your community members can create synthetic assets like MakerDAO mentioned in the white paper? If you can define his terms of a if you can define your terms of a protocol. Very
okay. Well,
nice.
basically, what that means is if when with the community will have the ability to to help implement new things for the community. So that means that you guys are actually be involved in part of the protocol as far as what goes on with the community, because it's a community for the community and it's community by the community. So it's the community governance. So if you will be involved in as far as is when it's time to make decisions, or when we're trying to look further into something, into implementing something better that's off in our project, then a lot of the active community, a lot of the community will be able to actually come in and have their say so.
Sorry, I think you don't get that question very well. What I mean is that for you to be a protocol, you need to have that. I mean, decentralized application. So I don't see any decentralized application like lending and borrowing platforms. So I want to know what you mean exactly by a protocol. That is the main question.
Yeah, and that's you said you're talking about in the government. As far as the protocol, the protocol, that's what we mean by the protocol change. And if as far as this contract, the contract that we are up under now, this contract is renounced. So there's nothing that we can do to this contract.
All right,
I
thank you. Thank
mean,
you very much.
I think he's trying to say is that the governance model. So, what do you mean by that protocol? Is that are you trying to say that it is renounced, that you don't have any control about it?
Yes, our contract is actually renounced. So we don't have any other control over as being able to go in and implement any changes to our contract.
I actually didn't have much time to read the white paper, but Emmanuel, does that answer your question?
Not really. We can move on.
Actually, we don't have a lot of questions right now. So if you want to clarify right now your question, that would be a great help for other investors to decide whether or not, right, to invest or not. So, what are you trying to really say here?
What I am trying to say is that For the project to be said to be a protocol, they need to have a DApp that users can interact with. I mean, a DApp that provides services like lending and borrowing. So I don't see any DApp. That is what I am surprised at, that they are calling it a protocol. So I want to know what it defines as a protocol, as a DeFi protocol.
Oh, we have we have are you talking about like as far as a D app as far as
Yeah,
we have a
trying to
swap.
say that.
That is what
Yeah,
I'm asking.
yes, we have a swap. Hello?
Okay, I can hear you. You have the swap.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. You just said you had a swap.
Yes, we have a swap. Karma swap.
Oh, okay, because it wasn't mentioned in the white paper. So I was surprised what you mean by a protocol if you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Thank you
we
for the
have
answer.
you can yeah, you can actually access the Karma swap. You can actually access Karma swap on the website.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, so that answers this question. So let's have a couple more for me to have easy to be able to easily answer choose the best questions later on. All right, so this question is from Amir. In the decentralized realm of Karma's ecosystem on the BSC network, how does the project manage to delicate balance between embracing new technological advancement and maintaining compatibility with the existing infrastructures? And what strategies are employed to ensure seamless integration without compromising security and decentralization?
Read that question one more time for me so I can actually
All right.
answer it.
Uh, in the decentralized realm of Karma's ecosystem on the BSC network, how does the project manage to delicate balance between the embracing new technological advancements and maintaining the compatibility with the existing infrastructures, and what strategies are employed to ensure seamless integration without compromising security and decentralization?
Um, Basically, we know that there's a lot of new things that's coming into the crypto space as far as security. Um, on my end, that's not, to be honest. I mean, to be totally honest, that's not a part of the side that I am involved in. That's on another member. As far as when it comes to with the seamlessly being able to transition, then that's with our code writer, with our writer. Um, but he has been making sure that, said Forwise is with the security and the safety of our project. He has been on point with with that part of the aspect, and we are looking for any kind of new implementation that we would be able to implement. But as far as is with the contract being renounced again, there's not a lot that we can actually do as far as is when it comes to um, making changes to this contract to be able to adapt to something else.
All right, that pretty much answers his questions. Now, last question. So, this question, of course, this has been answered already. Just to clarify it, man. So you said that those revenue, those those revenue that they will be getting from holding 0.25 of the token will be in BNB, right?
Yes.
All right.
It'll actually
So
it's actually it'll be actually coming straight from the marketing wallet. 25% of the marketing wallet has been set aside just for the holders holding that percentage, and the funds will be allocated from the marketing wallet.
okay, just to be clear for other members. Now, Crypto Boy ETH, you're allowed to speak, man. Last question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Okay, thank you. My question is simple. Is that how you ensure transparency in distribution of your funds? Now, when I check the Mercury wallet, I see only
Bro,
zero point
bro.
0.1.
Keep away from your microphone. Like, put your microphone away 1 inches from you for us to be able to hear you well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, but it was not loud and clear. So could you repeat the question, please?
Okay. My question is that how will the team ensure transparency in the distribution of the fund of the marketing wallet? Because now I see only 0.12 in the marketing wallet, and they have received like 2.6 BM start, and I don't see any marketing. So, how can they ensure the transparency in the distribution of the fund?
I couldn't understand you. You're breaking up.
Me as well, man. I'm sorry, man, but if you want to ask a question, you can just type it up. All right. So, I guess his question could be asked in your group instead.
Okay.
But, Patrick, do you have any closing remarks for people who are listening?
Yeah, I do, man. I just want to invite
I have
everyone
dropped
over
the
to.
question in the AMA group. I tag you.
I've muted you first. Let's have Patrick say his part here. Your question, since you're breaking up, man, I can't really allow you to speak right now. So let's have Patrick all to himself to speak about what he wants to say about the karma token.
And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and taking the opportunity to listen to me about our project. I invite everyone over to 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 take part in our project because I actually feel like that this project is really something different for the space. Um, we actually want to reward you for everything that you do as far as it's to helping us. If you're out there working, tweeting or making posts or whatever you're doing, we want you to be noticed. We want you to feel like that you're actually a part of it. If you're holding and keeping, if you're an investor and you holding and you're keeping our floor solid, we also want to reward you guys for holding on to our project. We really just want to try to bring something different to the crypto space, and we feel like this will be the best way for us to do it. We're transparent. Everything that we do, you will know about. If there's something that's not going as way as planned, it will be posted. We won't keep you in the dark. Um, you get involved, then you'll be a part of making the decisions that we go forth with throughout the future. We look forward to having a real good year. Um, we we've actually done a good job for wise is right now from $20 to 20,000. Without any big dips, without the pump and dump, we actually done this organic. And if you like organic, then this will probably be one of your best places to come for organic growth. And once again, I would like to thank the Skeleton Lounge for giving us the opportunity to come in here and explain about our project. And I really feel like that this will be the project of the year.
All right. So actually, that's a really good spiel for the outro of this. But actually, his question that that person who was not have a good connection is really good. So just so before we end this one, I want you to answer this. All right.
Okay.
So his question was, how does the team ensure transparency in the distribution of the funds? He saw only 0.12 BNB in the marketing wallet now, but there has been over 2.6 BNB in the taxes collected, and he haven't seen much marketing ongoing. So
Ah,
how could you explain that one? Uh,
ah,
I actually know a bit about it because you have an audit with us.
yeah, exactly. Well, a lot if the what's in the marketing wallet right now is pretty much we have been paying for things like to get this audit. We have been using some of the tax money as far as for a few things. As far as the way that you will be to know that you'll be distributed as far as how much is in the marketing wallet right now, that has nothing to do with whatever the marketing wallet is when it's time to pay for what for the rewards to go to the holders. 25% of whatever that wallet is going automatically to the holder. But as far as what's been spent out of the wallet that there's some things that we haven't been able to pay for out of pocket. Some things we wanted to make sure that we did pay for out of the market wallet, so we can have transparency as far as what we're doing with the wallet. So that would be the reasoning for what you're seeing when you're looking at the market wallet.
All right. Very well said, man. So I heard from the start that there's some things that you are paying out of your own pocket. So
Yes.
I actually have seen you paid for our audit. I have actually seen that you have paid for some trendings. So I know what you mean, man. So I'm not just gonna spill it out just for the hype or whatsoever, but I know what you're doing. So, all right, man. So, actually, this has been the longest AMA session that we have been here. We had here in Skeleton Lounge. Very well said, man. So, thank you for that, and we appreciate you for coming here, having an AMA session. I see that you are real transparent with your community, as well to the people who are listening. So, best of luck, man.
I sure appreciate you. Thanks again, guys.
All right. So, for people who want to join their group, the group is pinned in the main group, Skeleton Multi Chain Launch. You can check them out. And then I'm going to end this recording. All right, man. So, this recording will be sent to you